Hello. We are going to hang out for just a little bit. And again, for what? Nothing. Like I'm sick. This last sickness, which over the phone, I was basically told it was probably influenza A, has taken my family out the worst so far. And I think like everybody is talking about the severity of this influenza A. Here's the thing, few things. It's been the hardest on my oldest daughter. It's affected all of us differently. And I think the effects are probably worse because of how much we've been dealing with lately. I mean, you think about it, Christmas Day, I got sick, so sick. I had already exposed everyone in my family, just went ahead and pressed on. And like when I think about that, I cringe just because I literally hate to like infect people and expose people. My whole family basically ended up getting sick, and my dad got tested and he was positive for COVID. My daughter was recovering from her surgery. We had another weird like cold in there, and then we had like half a week of like our normal activities, whatever, and the following week was norovirus. We were out of everything for over an entire week again because it has to cycle through the family. Got to me last, and we went Monday to Thursday. After all that, we went Monday to Thursday, normal activities, and then Thursday night, my oldest daughter got hit with a fever. And 2 days later, my younger daughter started coming down with it, and it was like, I don't even know, like day 8. And then my husband and I, it took us out, and so I don't really know about my youngest daughter. I know what her fever's been, but it's very hard to gauge symptoms or like anything with a 2-year-old, so that I don't know. But it's definitely taking its toll on me. I'll still push through and do things that I have to or whatever. When it first hit me, I could not. I almost blacked out in my kitchen. Then after that, like, you kind of have to push through. But then what I start noticing is I start dealing with a lot of frustration and resentment. Frustration in the fact that we have been holed up in this house. Everybody is frustrated, everybody is restless, everybody is done, everybody is over it. And resentful in the fact that one of two things, either I just can't rest or that we just keep getting sick. Like, it's a coin toss for the resentment part of it, but I have to remind myself that that's actually a poor mindset, even though it's easy to give into. So, there's that. I will tell you right now, I don't feel well at all. 2 days ago, I woke up feeling terrible, almost blacked out in my kitchen, worked, just kind of worked on it, worked through it, till I got to the point that I could get up and do what I needed to do. Yesterday, I got up and I was like, oh, the worst of it, like that was the worst of it. Wow, that was crazy, that was not good. I still don't feel well, but I can kind of press on. And then the fever came back yesterday afternoon, and I just did not feel well. And I thought, well, we'll see how this goes, like being today, as far as, how it's kind of been swinging back and forth. Today has been pretty consistent. Like, I'm not as bad as I was in the beginning, but I'm not as good as I was yesterday morning. I've definitely struggled through today. I wasn't going to do my nails because I felt really terrible. I've been fighting with myself, trying to push through. We did my daughter's Valentine's Day cards today because there's a Valentine's Day party tomorrow and there's one on Thursday. Is she going to make any of those? I don't know. I really don't know. It's a wild time, let me tell you, because then you also start fighting with, do you pull her out of school? Do you decide to homeschool? Like, what do you do? This has just all been a lot. It's by far taken its toll on my oldest daughter. She lost 2 pounds. She didn't lose weight with her tonsil surgery that she was supposed to. She's supposed to lose weight with that. She didn't. Forgive me. It could be worse, believe me. She didn't lose weight with that. She lost 2 pounds with this. My daughter is already very, very, very small. She's always high on the charts for height and low on the charts for weight. So she really didn't have any weight to lose. So she was a terrible color. Entirely too frail. You could see her bones. And today I noticed that she has either lost some hair or it's like thinner. There's something up with her hair, and I attribute that to the fact that we literally fought her tooth and nail for about 6 days to eat. She really didn't eat much to speak of. So that's what I attribute that to. She went to school today. There was hardly any kids there today. She's like so many days out. I don't even know now. She's 11 days out. And some people felt that she probably shouldn't go to school today, you know, just because she is frail. And, you know, we're just tired of being sick. I agree with that. But how do you keep your kid out of things that long for, like, if they meet the criteria to go? I couldn't go to school today, you know, so is there that? As long as it's affecting the household, I don't know. It's really hard to know where to draw the line. As I said, there is a Valentine's Day party tomorrow. I kind of doubt we'll make it. But you know what I do know? I've already told her dance class that she's not coming. She's not strong enough. She's very tired today. Very tired today. She's just not strong enough. So, what we're going to do is we're going to paint nails. I threw these nails on earlier because something happened this afternoon that required me to kind of rally and push through, even though I just really did not want to do it. And probably had no rights to be doing it. I felt I didn't really have a choice, otherwise I wouldn't have. And I would tell on here what it is, but it would be divulging some medical information about someone else that I don't feel like it's mine to share. I will say I had to take somebody to an appointment. Okay. Otherwise I wouldn't have. But if I am like this and I have to push through for something, when I get the energy, it's almost like fighting for air is what it feels like. I mean, when I tell you today, whenever I got a burst of energy, that I literally took Dawn and scrubbed my couch. I have like this really old pleather couch, and I really, really need to do some more with it because I just realized today how dirty my furniture is, and it's embarrassing. If I'm honest, I didn't realize it was that dirty, but it's super old. It's super old. I mean, I'm talking like probably like 20 years old. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like I know I'm a young person and I've been married for almost 8 years and it's like, oh, it's super old. Like, no, it was my in-laws. I dated my husband the first time back in 2010, and they had that furniture then, and I think they had it for a while. So yeah, yeah. And they raised 3 boys with it and stuff. So you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of, and it probably needed this a long time ago, but my husband was like, you're cleaning the couch? I'm like, yeah. And then whilst waiting to take the person I had to take today, I just threw on these nails, you know? And I was like, well, I'll just paint them later. Welcome till later. I'm gonna try to do some Valentine's Day nails. For what? For what? What a wild time. But you know what? I have a lot to be grateful for. I'm very blessed. That's what I want to try to focus on. I have found myself multiple times, just lately in general, but especially like this past week, where I'm like, I can't take it anymore. I really just want to check, even before I fell sick, if I'm honest. Like, I really just want to check, at least like me and my daughters, into the hospital, because my husband is terrible in a hospital. He's the worst, man, I'm telling you. And I don't care to say that on here. You know why? Because I tell that to his face. But I'm like, at least check just like me and my daughters in the hospital, and just live there for a little bit. Run whatever tests you need. Give us an IV. Give us some antibiotics. Just take care of us and feed me cheeseburgers. Like, honestly, that's where I'm at. But that's not how it works, unfortunately. Hospital run by yours truly right here. I'm also very frustrated with the medical field, and I don't feel bad saying that because I have friends in the medical field who are also frustrated with the medical field. So there's that. I am very frustrated with most of the stuff I'm dealing with. So we're just gonna chit chat and hang, and do at least this hand, and then I'll show you what I'm doing. I don't really know what I'm doing. I started doing my own nails, I don't know, a few years ago. I loved getting my nails done. I love getting my nails done. But true to form with basically everything else in my life, became very hard to schedule, and it also became very hard to afford. I mean, even before I became a stay-at-home mom, it's expensive. I'm not saying it's not worth it. If you do it, I think it's great, because I genuinely enjoyed it. But I've just been trying to learn to do my own and whatever. I've seen some people doing like little cute designs and stuff. I don't do that. I don't have time. I don't have time. But I do enjoy having my nails done. I can't say I really enjoy doing my own nails. Every now and then I do. It's definitely not the same as having them done, and it takes forever. But just having my nails done, I feel good about it. And also, I feel like I can work them really well, because these are nail extensions. So they just give like a toughness to my nails that I don't have. So we're just going to do this and see how it turns out, and hope for the best and call it a day. That's really all I know to say about it. But I know I'm really tired. I should probably be asleep right now. My husband is. He said, I'm going to put the girls down and I'm going to go to sleep. But I have to help put the girls down on his night. We alternate nights, but that's bogus, because my youngest daughter needs me for bedtime. So the alternating nights really only serves my older daughter. But my husband said, put them down and I'm going to go to sleep. I said, it's fine. I'm going to do my nails. So, that's what we're doing. Again, don't have a lot of confidence here. I am enjoying a Fresca. I love Fresca, and I remember drinking it when I was younger and couldn't find it, or whatever, and then found it again, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love Fresca. I want to have that. I don't think I want that on that nail. So I started buying them again, and here a while back, I had a sleepover at my mom's, and I took some Frescas with me, and I left them in her fridge because I didn't drink them. But my mom thought that was funny. She's always said that I remind her of like people in my family that have gone on before me. Great grandparents or whatever, different traits that I have. Uh-oh. You can hear the soundtrack of my house. I may have to cut this video off. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. It's been a very grueling job lately. And because you feel sorry for them, that's the thing too. It's not, I make it sound like I'm a jerk. I don't mean it that way. It's literally like, oh my gosh, when will it end for all of us? And we're gonna have to get to some sort of normalcy because my kids are they're gonna start throwing hands, I think, with each other. Let me know in the comments if you think my daughter has pneumonia. I'm so just... Oh boy. I may be required. The other day, I had one where I could stop this or pause this. Maybe I went too far with the video. Maybe it's too long. Alright, everyone. I'm gonna have to be done, I think. Or maybe not. Girl, I don't know. This is what she does. That's what I know. Sorry for all the silence in the video, but I'm just keeping an ear out and an eye out here. I have the monitor next to me. But anyway, my mom was saying that my great-grandma, my grandpa's mom, drank a lot of Frescas and Tab. She's like, see, just more and more like stuff that you're just like on both sides, like my dad's and my mom's family. She's like, you just remind me this of this person, this of this person, this and this and this. I think it's easier though to see in your kids than in yourself, because she says she doesn't have anything like that. I don't know if that's true or not, but I do think it's easier because I tend to look at my kids more and go, oh, this reminds me of my mom, this reminds me of my grandma, oh, that reminds me of my husband, or that reminds me of my mother-in-law. I think you just do that with your kids. But anyway, now when I drink a Fresca, I think of my great-grandma, which I think is really fun. I love that. So anyway, I started this off, I think I'm just going to go to 90 seconds for the first cure. But I've started this off with my base. And they're not going to be much different than the base, if I'm honest. I'm just going to put glitter on one nail. But, oh, I know I look forward to tonight giving my face a good scrub. Here's coat number 1. Oh, there's coat number 1. I don't know if I love it or not. We'll see. It's very cutesy and very Valentine's, I guess. That's okay. It's just okay. But I was hoping to be getting out and doing things and being able to do, I mean, it is February, so in our area we are getting ready to get more snow, you know, and stuff, and so, like, that's a catch-22 too, because you're either sick or it's the weather or both, you know. So we wouldn't be getting out doing a lot, but I was kind of hoping to be doing something. At least something normal. But it is what it is, I guess. So I don't see my husband and I going to dinner. I don't see... I kind of don't see my kids making their Valentine's parties, which makes me really sad. I'm in denial about that. But the fact that one of them is tomorrow, I just think, unless my husband can take, and preferably both of them, because this Halloween party, Valentine's party, is at the library, and both of my girls are now active in the library, so I just don't know how responsible it would be for me to go. I'm just not sure. I don't want to do the wrong thing. I just said at the beginning of this video how I like kick myself and beat myself up for exposing people. And that's like the worst. I hate that so much. My grandma's all upset. She's saying, you know, she's the age she is, and if she can't see family, what's the point? Like, what's the point in staying where she's not sick if she can't see family? And honestly, I see her point. I get aggravated at her, though, when she says, I'm not afraid of getting blah, blah, blah from you. I'm like, you realize it doesn't matter who you get it from. Like, sickness is still sickness. And I always have to remind her, okay, Grandma, but if we keep circulating it with each other, then it takes us even longer to really be able to spend time together and see each other. If you stay well and we get well, then we'll be in good shape, you know. But I know she's just frustrated, and I understand it. I mean, I can't, it's hard to reason that, you know, whenever it's been like essentially weeks of just craziness. And then we have multiple other things going on. You know, right now, I'll talk about this just a little bit without giving information that isn't mine to tell, because I'm pretty passionate about that. I don't want to do that. But you know how sometimes something happens, and here's how I'll start it. What I'm about to talk about and be extremely vague about is not, it's not like a terminal illness. It's not like, it could be much, much, much worse, if that makes sense. But what we're dealing with right now, I'll say I'll just speak from my perspective, because that's really what's fair, especially without divulging much about anybody else. But what I'm dealing with right now, and it's not me, is something that I really didn't expect. In one way, I'm not surprised, because there's been a lot of weird things go on with this person for a while, but it's just not anything that I really expected. And the thing of it is that what we are dealing with, okay, we have one diagnosis, but it's not anything I knew existed to even expect, if I'm honest. Like, when there's a diagnosis, sometimes it's very eye-opening, and sometimes it's very educational, and I would say that's what this is. But finding myself taking people that I love to appointments that are just unusual, and again, very unexpected, that it's just kind of like you find yourself sitting there and looking at this person going, yeah, really? And they're like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Thanks for being here. And it's like, yeah. But yeah, I mean, is this happening? And it's like, yeah, this is happening. And it's really surreal. It's really weird. Very much a waiting game. Very much more testing happening, you know. But, of course, I would do anything for people that I love. Just like today, I forgot about this appointment I needed to take this person to, and oh my gosh, I felt really bad, because it felt like I was not prioritizing. You know, you make these arrangements with people, and you're like, yes, I'll be your ride to this appointment, like, you know. And I completely forgot about it, but it was okay. It was fine. I just had to rally a bit. Yeah, I just had to rally a bit, but that's okay. Again, just the fear and possible guilt of exposing other people to a sickness. I don't want to do that. But sometimes you're in a really tight spot, and I felt with my daughter's surgery I was in a tight spot, and I felt like with this appointment today I was in a tight spot, because I mean, this person would have had to take themselves to this appointment. and that really would not have been a good idea. So it's fine. It's fine. I don't have to take that person to another appointment for a week. So, sorry. This pink, the coverage is not great with 2 coats. And what I've noticed about, and I don't know if it's like my curing time, like I haven't gotten all of that down, but if I do 3 coats, it doesn't dry down right, it doesn't cure right. And so I'm like, great. That's what she's gonna look like. Let me get my face out of it. That is what she's gonna look like. Which is okay. I mean, it's Valentine's Day. Sometimes I like the multiple colors like that. You know, when I was little, I loved it. Sometimes I like multiple colors like that, but a lot of times I find I do it and I'm like, yeah, that's okay. But by the end of the wear of that set, I'm over it. I'm like, I just really want a solid set, you know. And a lot of times I'm bad because what I find is like, I'm like, ooh, I'm feeling like something really dark. And then I get to looking at people who have their nails lighter and I'm like, oh, that looks cute and fresh. And then I do my nails light and I'm like, ooh, I want something really dark. Women are crazy about stuff like that, aren't they? Curly hair, you want straight hair, you want curly hair. Long hair, you wish you could pull off short hair sometimes, not all the time. Short hair, you wish you could pull off long hair. It's weird. But at this point, I'm just talking out of my head. I am so tired, and I do not feel well. But I almost have one hand done, and this is my hard hand. So this one's my easier one. It should go easier. I probably should have done this video when I was doing my easier hand, but I didn't. So anyway, thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time, hopefully feeling well. Bye.